Now, the sixth question: do you think humor is important for a speaker? The sample answer: yes, indeed, it is. Humor can lighten up any speech and arouse the interest of the audience. Another question: what kind of speaker do you like? Sample answer: I like a speaker who speaks in a way that can hold my attention. He should make his speech so lively that makes me want to listen to him. Another question: is public speaking important in politics? Sample answer: politics is all about speaking publicly. No one can be a good politician without good oratorical skills. Another question: are there any disadvantages of face to face conversation? Sample answer: yes, sometimes a person may feel nervous and may not be able to express himself well in face to face conversations. Sometimes, if there is a conflict, then there are chances that the person may get so angry that he may hit the other person. On the whole, there are more advantages of face to face conversation, though. Alright, so another question here: how do friends communicate with each other? Simple answer: well, friends communicate with each other in many ways. They communicate face to face, through phone, and also through the internet. These days, social apps mainly. Okay, so another question here: what's the difference between having a conversation with a man and having a conversation with a woman? Sample answer: there are no gender differences nowadays. Both men and women can talk equally well on any topic they are interested in, be it sports or politics or fashion or anything. Another question: do you think women like to chat more than men? Simple answer: I don't think so. Gender has nothing to do with the preference of chatting. It is a matter of individual's choice. Here's another question: what is the difference between chatting and gossiping? Sample answer: chatting is general talk on various topics, whereas gossiping is talking about other people behind their back. Chatting has a positive connotation, whereas gossiping has a negative connotation. Here's another question: who would you prefer, chatting with your parents or friends? Sample answer: I prefer both equally. I talk to my parents about my day, today's happenings, whereas I discuss studies, sports, and movies, etc. with my friends. Another question: do most people have just a small number of friends or many friends these days? Sample answer: it's very difficult to generalize. Some people have few friends and some like to have a lot of friends. Mostly face to face friendship is limited to a few close friends. But some people have a huge network of online friends these days, basically on social apps like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. These are some most commonly used social networking apps and sites. Alright, so here's another question: how do most people make new friends in your country? Sample answer: most people make new friends in schools and colleges while attending family functions or other social functions or while traveling in public transport. Another question: do you think people's abilities or intelligence is a factor when people become friends? Sample answer: yes, definitely. When people make new friends, they look for a person's abilities. Small children, however, have innocent friendship. They do not look for any such qualities. Another question: what qualities do you think a good friend should have? Sample answer: a good friend should be reliable. You should be able to open your heart's innermost secrets with him without having the tension that he will disclose them to anyone. Secondly, a good friend should be intelligent. He should be able to guide you. From time to time, he should have a good sense of humor. He should be able to turn any tense situation into a happy one. Another question: do you think it's possible to determine how sincere a person is the first time you meet him? Sample answer: no, it's not possible to do so. Appearances can be very deceptive, so we should think twice before trusting a complete stranger. Alright, so these were some questions related to the cue card. And remember, it's not just like the examiner may ask you about 2 questions or 4 questions. He may ask you as many questions he wants. Sometimes people say that they were only asked about 2 or 3 questions. However, most of the times they go for more questions. Even they ask questions from the answers you previously gave. Just like you were asked a question and you gave an answer in the follow-up questions, they may ask you a question related to your answer that you gave for the previous question. So it's not like they may only ask you about the topic itself, but they may go in any direction. So here's another cue card, another example of a cue card. Describe a film you would like to share with your friends. Where you watched it, what it was about, who you watched it with, why you want to share it with your friends. Again, I'm just giving in a sample answer. If you have something else in mind that you may think is better than the sample answer, you may use your own words. So, here it goes. I've seen many movies in life. Here I would like to talk about a movie which has had a lasting impression on me, and so I would like to share it with my friends. The movie is Pihu. It is based on a true story. I watched this movie on Netflix. I was just browsing through Netflix to watch something for about half an hour when I came across this title. I watched it alone. I would like to share it with my friends because I know they would also like it, just as I liked it. I couldn't shut down my laptop and watched it till the end. It's about a 2 years old girl who is left alone with her mother, who has committed suicide. She does so after a fight with her husband. Bihu thinks that her mother is fast asleep and tries to wake her up many times. This little girl doesn't even know what is safe for her, what's not. I could not blink an eye during the whole movie. This movie haunted my thoughts for days after that. When I came across to know that the movie is based on a true incident, then I felt very sorry and sad for the little girl who must have suffered all that. The film explores issues faced by married couples. It also highlights how important communication is between young couples. It must have been a challenge to shoot the whole film, a 2 years old child in the main role. This movie won the award for the best film in Morocco. It was the opening film at the International Film Festival of India, which was held in Goa in 2017. This film has also won many other awards. And please make sure that I am giving these sample answers in a slow tone. You may have to deliver the answer more quickly, or you may use the same tone as mine. But do remember, you have to keep a track of the 2-minute time that you're given to speak, because you may be interrupted before you finish speaking. And you may not be able to cover all the bullet points of the cue card. So do keep in mind that you also have just 2 minutes to speak on a particular topic. Now, here are some follow up questions and sample answers. First question: what kinds of films are popular in India? Sample answer: well, India is a diverse country. All genres of films are popular in India. People love action, drama, comedy, thriller, romance, and many other movies. Another question: do different age groups like the same kind of films? Sample answer: no, I don't think so. People from different age groups usually have a different choice in terms of kinds of films they like. For example, the older generation may prefer movies related to social and political issues, and youngsters may prefer action and comedy movies. I think the preference for the type of movies people like changes with age. Another question: what kind of films do young people particularly like? Sample answer: young people like to watch movies based on reality or real life incidents. Superhero and science fiction movies are also quite popular among youngsters. Other popular genres enjoyed by young generation are comedy, romance, horror, and action. Another question: do fewer people choose to watch movies in cinemas than people did in the past? Sample answer: no, I don't think so. These days, more people choose to watch movies in cinemas as compared to the past. Most people are leading a very busy and hectic life, and going to cinemas to watch movies is a popular way that people choose for entertainment and for spending time with family and friends. Also, the ever increasing multiplexes are evidence that people prefer going to cinemas despite the online streaming options like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, etc. Another question: what are other ways to watch movies now or nowadays? Sample answer: some other ways to watch movies are on TV through the online streaming websites and apps like Netflix, Hotstar, Amazon Prime Video, etc., and through DVDs, which, however, is becoming less popular. Another question: what's the difference between American movies and movies from your country? Sample answer: there are some differences between the American and Indian movies. The content of the script is one of them. It is more closely related to respective cultures of these countries. Language is one point of difference. Indian movies are made in Hindi, English, or several other languages, depending on the region they are made in. However, American films are mostly in English. Another point of difference is the technology available and used in the films, especially for graphics, like in animation, and for special effects. India still needs to catch up on that and have not reached the level of fineness in the area as American films have. Another question: what do you think of violent movies? Sample answer: I think if the violence shown is not too detailed or graphic, then it is good form of entertainment, especially for action movies. However, if the violence is graphic and explicit, then it may lead to consequences like more aggressive and violent behavior, especially among youth, and feeling for fear, or it may sometimes traumatize some people, especially children. Another question: why do you think movies need computer techniques? Sample answer: the use of computer techniques are vital for animation movies. However, even in other movies, it has become important as it can help incorporate an element of action and excitement by showing some stunts that cannot be performed by a person. Thus, also, eliminating any danger to the stuntman's life and reduces the chances of injuries or accidents. This technology is now known as CGI, that is computer generated imagery.